Hi everyone, I'm Gautam aka The Seek of Wisdom. I'm a manifestation coach, and in this video, we're going to be talking about a client success story of mine. Now, before I do so, I'd like to remind you guys I am available for coaching. So, I offer hourly, monthly, email, and DM coaching. The link will be in the description down below for an FAQ page where you guys will have all the answers you need. And thereafter, you guys can reach out to me via Instagram or email for pricing information and to figure out what plans may be suitable for you. I also have a Facebook group where I upload resources from time to time, as well as you guys can ask me questions anonymously if you wish to do so. Make sure that you answer the 2 questions and agree to the group rules, otherwise my moderators will decline you with feedback asking you to do the exact same thing. I also have a mailing list where I post articles from time to time, as well as my latest offers for coaching. And last but not least, I also have a Manifest Your SP self-study course, which is designed for veterans and beginners alike, which brings you from the beginning of the manifesting journey of your SP to the end desire. And it covers everything from how to deal with a third party to acronyms, and you will be tested on it with quizzes and worksheets to really get to the core of why would you like to manifest your SP and how would you like to go about the process. And it's really custom tailored, where you pick out the techniques that you'd like to go through with this. And comes with videos as well. And the neat thing about this is that this will be updated with content over time. And if you purchase it right now, you will get those content for free, because I will be bumping up the prices as I add more content to it. So if you guys have any questions on that, email me as well. So guys, without further ado, let's get to it. So what prompted this video was, like I said, a client success story, right? So even before I begin, I apologize if you guys can hear like rainfall, or if my voice sounds a little different, because like I have been having a little bit of running nose since morning today, so I'm not sure what's really going on. But so quick background story with regards to this client, right? So she came, as of recording this video, it's June the 2nd, but I may upload it like much later down the line. But yeah, so she joined for coaching, I think like early May, I believe, right? It was very early May, maybe I would say like the 1st of May or maybe 2nd of May, right? So she booked a call, and we went over everything. And she kept in touch with me via DMs and everything. And we had like coaching after that as well a couple of times. So this client like kept in touch with me throughout the month, right? And like she had an SP who she broke up with, and there was a lot of like complications in this as well. But at the time of our coaching, he was not in the country, he was out of town. And naturally that caused a lot of anxiety as well. And throughout our coaching, one thing was that with this client, she always used to like text me like, okay, hey, nothing is going on yet, SP hasn't unblocked me, because he did block her on a couple different social media platforms. And she used to check the 3D quite a bit, right? And I always tell her like something along the lines of like, it's always one of these versions, right? Go within, talk to him, focus on your end goal. This is the middle, it'll sort itself out. Go within, focus on the end desire, have inner conversations with him and those kinds of things, right? And eventually there was contact. And and lo and behold, I think it was yesterday or the day before, she messages me saying that I think it was yesterday, sorry, because it was the 1st of June, and I posted it on my story as well, that this was like the first good news that I saw in June. And so she posted it, and saying that her and her SP got back together. She also got a apology from him. So this is really great, right? So I really wanted to go over this, and she wrote a her success story in her own words as well. So I'll be going through that and explaining that as well. And thereafter I'll be going through a few key points that I want you guys to remember. And so yeah, so grab a pen, and notes, or paper or whatsoever, and note everything down, because like these are things that maybe you may draw parallels to your success, your manifestation stories as well, right? And before I even go in further than this, right, like a quick disclaimer. uh, when I posted some of my previous success stories, right, some of you actually told me this, and it's not just one person. So is that when you guys read success stories, apparently some of you feel very disheartened, right? Why them, not me, sort of thing. I want you guys to remember this. When you see success stories, right, remember one thing: they are you pushed out. And two, if they can do it, so can you, right? And I want you guys to look at it from a very positive perspective, and that you seeing all these success stories is a foreshadowing of like the success that's going to come into your life, right? So don't look at it from a perspective of lack, see it from the perspective like an abundance perspective. And take all the positivity from here, and don't use this as an opportunity to reinforce your lack. And I really 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 want to emphasize that, guys. So yeah, let's read her text. And yeah, I'll be reading this off my laptop, so like forgive me if I'm looking at the sites for a while. So she goes, my guy broke up with me almost 3 months back. It was heartbreaking as I was already going through some personal issues, and this breakup felt like the last nail in the coffin. I didn't see this coming, and I didn't want this happening. I am a regular follower of Gautam's page and decided to go with my first coaching session with him. So I am her first coach, and yes, she has been following me for a while. Just when someone follows you for a while, like you will notice like the familiar face, right? So I did notice that at first. So she goes on to say, he was very patient and understanding towards my situation and guided me how to move forward this journey. Every time I was at the verge of giving up, he motivated me to keep going. So this is what I mean, like when she felt like okay, this hasn't happened yet, that hasn't happened yet, I always tell her keep going. And we had like calls in between as well throughout the month, right? So that really helped her a lot. And she goes on to say, he continuously reminded me to have a favorable mental diet, positive thoughts, and maintaining great self-concept. I think I lost myself somewhere in all this. I remained positive and decided not to give up till I get what I want with full conviction. I did my affirmations wholeheartedly, maintained the best version of my SP in my mind, and had favorable and loving conversations with him. Since I was hurt, I wanted my SP to say sorry and provide an explanation of his behavior. Gautam never left me alone throughout this time and told me what I was doing wrong. Finally, my SP texted me and we got back together. My SP said sorry exactly the way I thought. He repeatedly apologized and told me how much he missed me. He explained his behavior to me and promised me not to repeat. I'm very happy and thankful to Gautam. Yeah, I'm thank you too, ma'am. So one other thing that she wrote in one of the earlier, before she wrote the paragraph, was let me scroll up really quickly. Where is it? Yeah, so she goes on to say, like, okay, remember I told you he owes me money, but I didn't remind him. But I did inner conversations with him on returning the money. So today he himself told me that he will give it to me without even asking. So all she did was inner conversations, and I really want to point that out really quickly. So yeah, and like the main thing with this story was, like, if I go back, I really want to highlight this, right? Maintaining a favorable mental diet, positive thoughts, maintaining great self-concept, all of that was huge, right? Because I remember at one point I felt like I think it was like the mid-month, or like maybe like 3 weeks into this, I felt somewhere that it was a self-concept issue, right? That if she was placing too much emphasis on his actions, she should actually focus on within and like on herself even more, and let him reach out, right? Like this is something that I always tell my clients, let them reach out, right? And it's not a like a guy should approach first, or a lady should approach first. And regardless of the gender of my clients, I always tell them, let your SP reach out to you, right? So it's not some societal rule that I follow here. It's really just the idea that you are the price, you put yourself on the pedestal, you are the star of your reality, right? So let them reach out to you and make it all about you. Never make it about them, and don't put an emphasis on their actions. Put an emphasis on how you feel, your perspectives, and try to maintain a favorable mental diet, right? Like I always say, how you see yourself, how you see them, how you view your overall relationship dynamic, and how you think they view you. All of these things must be favorable as much as you can, guys, because these things are really important when it comes to shaping your perception about the relationship overall. And these kinds of stories are so subconscious, are so subtle. When even when they get reinforced, you may not realize it on a conscious level, but subconsciously these are the stories that's going in, right? So don't look forward to their actions, don't be waiting on their actions in any way. Always go within, get the confirmation within. And and what I mean by confirmation is, like, through the inner conversations, hear them say that they love you, for example. Hear them praise you, hear them plan your wedding with them, and so on and so forth, right? So make this all about you, and make it all like fun and exciting in your inner conversations with them. And put the emphasis on you, because you are the star of your reality, right? And like she says, she did her affirmations wholeheartedly, maintained the best version of her SP in her mind, right? Like, so she didn't think like, why is he doing this, or why is he such a jerk, and those kinds of things, right? She maintained the best version of him in her mind, and she had loving inner conversations, right? And make no mistake, right? Like she says, since I was hurt, I wanted my SP to say sorry and provide an explanation for his behavior, and she did get that, right? So you will get everything, that you desire. Even the money, she got it back as well. She did inner conversations again. It's all about your mental conversations when it comes to your SP, like how you talk to yourself, how you talk to them, and like what is the overall narrative that you are like spinning in your mind, right? Is it favorable at the end of the day, right? A lot of people will come and tell me, oh, I've been manifesting for a year, I've been manifesting for 7 months, 6 months, and so on. But when you really like kind of break it down, like you will realize that that claim is not backed by strong evidence, so to speak, or strong routines or mental diet there, right? They may do affirmations here and there, but the thing is that they're not consistent with it. Or even if they are, when they're not doing their routines, if you read it, peel their story, you'll realize like, okay, um, you know they were not doing their they were not maintaining a favorable mental diet, if you will, like after doing their affirmations and so on. So these are things that are very subtle, but like I want you guys to take a step back and like ask yourself, like if you are coming at this like, okay, I've been manifesting for so long, nothing is happening, why? Ask yourself this question, like, have you been maintaining a favorable mental diet? Are you consistent with your routine, right? Do you have a favorable outlook on this, right? Do you already believe that you are the prize, and so on? These questions aren't there to criticize you, but they are there to guide you and put you back on track, right? So that you may manifest your SP ASAP, right? So yeah, and the fact that he apologized was like really really heartwarming for me to hear, because I feel that for some people it's really important. So the fact that she manifested that, I was really really happy to hear that. And I think the most important thing for her was like maintaining a great self concept, right? Like that was one of those things that I really honed in on. When it comes to her, I was like, make this all about yourself, this is a self concept issue. Because whenever she focused on like the absence of his text, or why didn't he call and everything like that, I always saw her to maintain her cool and focus on herself and go within. And that is what I did, and that really 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 helped. So yeah, I feel that if you guys can take away anything from this, right? One, don't get hung up on the 3D. I think she, in her journey, that she used to get really hung up on like a couple of like if the SP didn't text her or call her or unblock her. Because I remember the SP actually, if I'm not wrong, blocked her everywhere, right? Except maybe one platform, I believe. But then what he did was he unblocked her like consecutively, one platform first and then the other couple of days later, and stuff like that. That was how that happened. And what she did was she like she used to update me, oh okay, he has unblocked me here, he has unblocked me there, but nothing yet, nothing yet. And I was like, okay, firstly, like focus within, that means nothing, that is the middle anyway. So focus within, focus on your union with him, and keep emphasizing on that, because that is what matters, right? And this is something that's really important, because I will tell all of you guys the same thing is, don't place so much emphasis on whether or not your SP has blocked you, unblocked you, has messaged you or not messaged you. Because let's be honest here, we are not manifesting that. What we are manifesting is the union with our SPs, right? And that is where the emphasis should be, that is where the focus of this all should be. So really place the emphasis there and keep going, because this has to pan out in your favor, right? So yeah guys, really I think like that was it. I think like she tried to go through this journey for like 2 months on her own before like signing up for coaching. So I did enter in the last month of her manifestation journey. So like clearly like 3 months is what, like 1/4 of a year, right? And be patient, right? Like she was definitely patient. And she got the apology she wanted, she got her money back that he owed, and she got unblocked everywhere, and they're now back together, right? And the moral of the story is, when you focus on within, focus on the end desire, when you do your routines consistently, and when you maintain a favorable mental diet, like this has to pan out in your favor, right? So it may take some of you a while longer, right? Because maybe you have to shift your perspective somewhere with regards to SP, or your perception on the overall relationship dynamic is unfavorable, and so on and so forth, right? take your time, resolve that, try to think as favorably as much as you can. Most importantly, come from a place of love, not fear, lack, and doubt, right? Come from a place of love as much as you can and keep going, and this has to pan out in your favor, right? Guys, thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. Turn on the bell notification so that you guys will know when I upload a new video every single week. Be sure to subscribe, as it goes a long way, guys. We are reaching 1,000 subscribers really soon. So like, thank you guys so much for your support. Really, like, the subscribers, sorry, has been growing really fast as well, and I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful for your support, guys. So thank you so much. So guys, thank you for watching once again. Stay safe and happy manifesting. Peace.